Put 'em up, put 'em up. I'll fight you with one hand tied behind my back. Okay, that was a poor cowardly lion, but it's what I always think about when it comes to Boxing Day. Welcome, my friends. I hope your Christmas was as fantastic as mine. Oh, mine was not without its trials and tribulations, as I'm sure yours was too. But it was a beautiful, beautiful day. And it was a beautiful couple of days of wonderful messages coming from all of y'all, from wonderful friends and family calling and texting and videoing. It was a really beautiful couple of days. And I'm here now to share them a bit with you, talk about it, and talk about what's coming. I am going to talk about our gift opening. I am going to talk about No Hippie Cooks Turkey and what's coming up, as well as stay tuned to the end because little known facts is coming. But first, subscribe. Don't forget that bell. So many people keep telling me, I'm not getting notifications. You have to click that bell. Most of the time it defaults to personalized. You need it to say all. Then you're going to get notified when my videos go up, when my live goes up. So stay tuned. First, my friends, gift opening. What a morning it was. There's only 3 of us, and the majority of gifts was for my young Pasha. But it was a really good morning. What we do is we pick a person to be Santa. One person gives out the gifts, and then we all just wait while a person opens it, say the thank yous we need to say, move on to the next gift. And it becomes a little overwhelming, especially Pasha. He must have thanked me 5 or 6 times. He actually said to me, Dad, it was the best Christmas ever. I didn't think I got there until that moment. And then I felt it was worth all the stress, trial, and tribulation that comes with planning Christmas, especially when you're in a family that's separated, and even more when you're in a world under a pandemic. It was one of the weirdest, but still it was the weirdest circumstance surrounding a Christmas ever in my life. But this Christmas became almost like any other. Beautiful, full of love, full of friendship, full of camaraderie, full of family. And that didn't disappear. The pandemic did not take that away from us. And I hope it did not take it away from you. To show our morning of opening gifts, I made a little Google montage, and I'll put it up now, and then we'll come back and talk about the turkey. Ooh, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that little short one. It was all vertical video. I couldn't help it. Google sucks sometimes. But because Google sucks, I make my own montages, usually. Now, what's going on about my turkey. Well, I'm going to follow this up with a little montage also. It just feels like that kind of a day. It's going to take me a while to put all this together, so bear with me. But I decided not to do a Hippie Cooks for a couple of reasons. One, the day was going really well. And I remember somebody there used to be somebody I watched on YouTube, and he was married, and I always thought, oh, his wife always looks so sad. And then they divorced, and now she's got a YouTube channel, and she mentioned that her time with him was always consumed with filming. It was always, no matter how important the event was, we had to film it. And it bothered her. And I thought about that. And I thought about how intrusive being a videographer for a very, very small channel could be for a family. And I decided much less video at Christmas, much more Christmas at Christmas. So I hope you forgive me on that. But there's very little about the turkey. But I'm going to show you a cute little montage, just a little bit about the turkey, but I'm going to tell you, it didn't turn out as great as I hoped it would, but it was a good meal. Last year's turkey was better, and I'll explain. This turkey was 14 kilograms, 13.98 kilograms. 14 kilograms, that's 31 pounds. It's too big a bird. I could barely put it in the oven. I could barely pull it out to baste it. And even after 7 hours of cooking, and I tested the breast meat, and it was at 175, and then I let the turkey rest a good 40 minutes. And yes, the breast meat was good, but the legs were still a little undercooked. So I cut off enough breast meat to make a good dinner, and I put it back in the oven, as ugly as it looked, and I covered it up and made sure it got cooked. The meal, it was a good meal. It was a really good meal. You will see some of it, but although it was a good meal, it wasn't a great meal. That turkey was just too big. The meat was not as tender as I remember last year's turkey being. Last year's turkey was half that size. Last year's turkey was 7.5 kilograms, about 15 pounds, 16 pounds, about a perfect sized turkey. And it was the most beautiful tasting meat I'd ever had. So fresh, so beautiful. And this, although it had that freshness, it was a little more toothsome. That's hard to say with false teeth. Toothsome. But it was a little bit more chewy. But it was wonderful. It was tasty. We had a good time. We put on the silly hats and we really enjoyed it. But it really wasn't a Hippie Cooks, because a Hippie Cooks has to have a successful outcome. And I did not do that turkey as well as I could have, because I'd never done a 30-pound turkey before. And I hope to never do it again. I am going to talk to the local market and tell them next year I won't be buying a turkey unless you can guarantee that they're smaller. To hit me with a double-sized turkey 2 days before Christmas could have, and probably did, upset a few Christmases. So, ain't going to do it again. And you stay tuned, because I want to talk about what's coming up and my live show coming up. But let's see how that turkey drove me crazy. And again, you sneak back into my home and you say, Gord, what's going on? What you got coming? This week may be mixed up. Like, to me, it feels like it's Thursday, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, but it's Saturday. It's Boxing Day. I don't do the shopping thing, so Boxing Day doesn't mean a lot to me, but stay tuned. We're talking about little known facts about Boxing Day in just a minute. But what's coming for me is, first of all, click there. Click there and click reminder and click a thumbs up. If you do both those things, one, you will know when I'm live, because although I'll set a time, it may change. Two, what's two? Two comes after one. First, you'll know I'm live. Second, I'll know you're coming. I see that thumbs up, I go, oh, 6, 7, 12. Wow, it's going to be a good night. Now, I know most of you have something to do on New Year's Eve, but for those of you that don't, like me and Gordy, you're going to come and sit with me. And you can come in the stream, leave the stream, come back to the stream. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if YouTube keeps live streams alive during New Year's Eve. But this will be a nice way. I may even go to 5 Point Cannabis, get a couple of blunt roll papers, not tobacco leaves, and fill them so that we can sit here and have kind of a Canagar New Year. So that's that. I have updated y'all, and if you haven't hit thumbs up by now, you should, because it's time for We're back with little known facts. I got 5 for you today about Boxing Day. Boxing Day is celebrated all around the world. To name a few countries that celebrate this day, they are Australia, Austria, Canada, Germany, Greenland, Hong Kong, Jamaica, Kenya, New Zealand, Norway, Romania, Sweden, Switzerland, and the UK. I didn't know it was that popular. I didn't. Number 2. In South Africa, Boxing Day is known as Day of Goodwill. This day is about giving to the less fortunate. I like that. I like that a lot. In Ireland, Boxing Day is known as St. Stephen's Day, or the Feast of St. Stephen. It's one of 9 official public holidays in Ireland. In other continental European countries, it's known as Christmas 2, or second Christmas Day. And finally, my 5th point. Boxing Day traditions depend on the location. However, it includes shopping, giving money and gifts to the less fortunate, and a day of sporting events like horse racing and football. No sports for me, no shopping for me, and if I can find a way to give today, I will. And I hope you can too. But mostly, give your love, give a hug, give a smile. People don't need as much anymore. They just need. I noticed that about Pasha. Although he got more gifts than usual, they were small. They were from the heart. They weren't big, beautiful gifts that would, oh, wow, look at this game, look at that game, and difficult to get through them all. Yet, they meant so much more to him this year than I think they ever have. So, friends, at a time when the world is topsy-turvy, I hope you're sitting upright and ready for a hug. Because your hippie loves you. Peace and cheers. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Boxing Day. And Happy New Year coming.